Yo, what's going on, fellas? So chapter 9 of Boruto TBV VORTEX has officially dropped, and we got so much new narratives, theories, and stuff like that to discuss while I go over this chapter with y'all. So relax, kick your feet up, and grab a snack because we're about to get started. But before we get started, I just want to ask if you would kindly drop a like on the video, as that does help the video massively in the YouTube algorithm. For this chapter, let's shoot for about 600 likes. I feel like we can pull it off, I'm not gonna lie. When you consider how quickly our community has been growing the past couple of months, and from how quickly y'all hit the last like goal of 500, I can't underestimate y'all anymore. So that's why I'm saying 600 for now. But let's not waste any more time. I know why y'all here. Let's hop right into the video. So the chapter started off with Jura having a conversation with Team 10, and Jura tells them that he came there following Naruto's clues. The clues in this case would be the Biju chakra that Jura sends from Himawari. Throughout this conversation, Jura learns that Naruto is not in the village because Inojin accidentally told him that the 7th Hokage hasn't been around for 3 years. This actually ended up doing more harm than good because after this, it kind of tilted Jura's attention from Naruto to Himawari because of the Nine Tails chakra that he sensed from her. So after this, Jura tries to capture Himawari using Wood Style, but Team 10 pulls off a very impressive feat in saving her. I'm pretty sure before the chapter even came out, we didn't even expect Team 10 to be able to do anything to the Shinju, but I feel like it's time to give them their respect. The improvement to the skills that they shown post time skip, it's kind of moving me. Even though of course they won't be strong enough to fight on the front lines against the Shinju, they've shown the ability to play a solid support role, just in case they have to back up a stronger character like Sarada, Kawaki, or even Boruto if the opportunity presented itself. So after Team 10 rescued Himawari, we transition to a model evaluating the situation from afar. It looks like he's trying to make out what exactly is Jura. I feel like Amado will play an important role in defeating the Shinju, especially if he gathers more information on them. Whether it's finding a way to properly counter the Shinju, or finding a weakness that's actually worth exploiting, or just simply amping Kawaki's karma power to be able to keep up with Jura and the others. Because let's be honest, this is something Kawaki desperately needs. As far as raw power, especially in base, Kawaki hasn't looked to improve much from where he was in part 1, if he even did improve anyway. And from Boruto's statements about Kawaki later in this chapter, you'll understand exactly what I mean when I say that. But while we're on the topic of Boruto, it looks like him and KASHIN Koji are closer to each other than we think, as we see them both in what seems to be in one of Orochimaru's hideouts. This is one of the more interesting parts of the chapter. It's like a little tease as to what's to come in the future. I'm not gonna lie, it's very smart and clever paneling by Kishimoto. Based on the snake light thing in the background, this tells us that Orochimaru is involved in this situation in one way or another. The question is how? Because as I stated in my spoilers video, this is the same light that we see from Orochimaru's hideout in Naruto Gaiden. That's how we can confirm that Boruto and KASHIN Koji is involved with Orochimaru in some way. Could it be that Orochimaru is somehow immune to omnipotence in a way? Because if he knows that Boruto is considered an international criminal, why would he be so openly to cooperate with such a person? Honestly, the answer is pretty much in our faces. There's actually a few ways this could be answered. Maybe Sasuke had brought Boruto to Orochimaru for help or just to assess the situation. If Sasuke trusts Boruto, then Orochimaru wouldn't question it any further than that, I suppose. Or you could say since Boruto is with KASHIN Koji, maybe Orochimaru somehow found out that he is a Jiraiya clone? I mean, first of all, this would intrigue Orochimaru to learn more about him and how he came to be, and from that possibly lead him to learn more about the situation. But let's really be honest here. I don't take Orochimaru to be the kind of guy to really care if Boruto committed all those crimes anyway. From a former criminal, as long as Boruto has some connects to Sasuke, he should be good. But I love the fact that Orochimaru is involved in this situation. His intelligence on the unknown is very valuable. You never know how much he actually knows. He might end up having some useful knowledge on the Divine Tree, the Otsutsuki, even Shinjutsu. If he continued to do his research after the war to uncover the phenomena he's seen while on the battlefield, then he'd be a great asset to have on your team. But while they're at Orochimaru's hideout, Kashin Koji tells Boruto that the Shinju have made their move and to fly to the triangle. So Boruto uses Flying Raijin to teleport to Kashin Koji's toad in Konoha. The triangle he's referring to is just a triangle that the toad is holding, something that is most likely tagged with a Flying Raijin seal as a way for Boruto to use. So odds are there are multiple toads that exist for Boruto to use to teleport to different places. So it's like he could be at multiple places in an instant if he wishes. So after Boruto teleports back to Konoha, we see Team 10 continuing to talk to Jura, in which he states that now because of Himawari's 9 tails, she is now the #1 target of Jura, and to soon be devoured by him. So this means she has to stay under close surveillance from now on, because we don't know what exactly would happen if Jura devours Himawari. So while they're still talking about capturing Himawari and everything, Boruto just arrived in Konoha, and surprisingly enough, Kawaki wakes up out of his nap right when he arrives in Konoha. He confronts Boruto, and it looks like Kawaki is on crash out timing yet again, fellas. Boruto states the obvious that he shouldn't be trying to fight with him since the village is literally under enemy attack, but Kawaki is so tunnel vision that he doesn't even realize how dire the situation is. So he tries to attack Boruto, and from the sneak peek that we seen a couple days ago, he just dodges all of Kawaki's draws with ease, and then lands a single blow on his stomach, completely overpowering him. Then Boruto just casually drops one of the most disrespectful, coldest lines in Blue Vortex by far, and something we all been wondering as well. He calls Kawaki pathetic and asks if he even trained at all the past 3 years. But we all know the simple answer to that question is a big no. Kawaki doesn't train, nor will he train after this whooping. The only way I can see Kawaki getting stronger from this point on is through artificial means. He's an artificial being. His whole body is like a scientific ninja tool. So the method of him getting stronger would just have to be artificial as well. This means perhaps an upgrade by Yamato, or him finding a way to make the power of the Shinju his own. Perhaps through power absorption or something like that. It's definitely a way to get stronger, but it's through his own way. But if I'm being honest, it'll most likely be Yamato that is forced to upgrade his body. I mean, he's the one who's most familiar with Kawaki's body and his karma, and he needs Kawaki to resurrect his daughter. So if Kawaki threatens him with that, I'm sure Yamato would just give in and cater to Kawaki's needs if it came down to that. As well as them just needing all the help they can get to protect Konoha against the Shinju. Like, I could definitely see this happening in the upcoming chapters. But after Boruto dealt with Kawaki in a very swift and timely manner, Kawaki activates his karma for a last desperate attempt to unalive Boruto. But this actually caused Boruto's karma to resonate with Kawaki's and start to activate on its own. It's then Kashin Koji urgently tells Boruto to get away from Kawaki before he loses control of his body to Momoshiki again. So Boruto listens and he flies away in a hurry to prevent that from happening. Which is very concerning because it looks like Boruto has even less control over the karma and his body than he had in part 1. Not that he ever had as much control as Kawaki in the first place, but it looks like because of this, we won't be seeing Boruto getting too close to Kawaki again. At least until he learns why their karma keeps resonating with each other and how to stop it. And now that Kawaki knows Boruto can't control his karma, I wonder if he'll try to exploit that somehow. Or if he'll do the smart thing and restrain from using the karma while around Boruto to keep him from losing control and, destroy everything and everyone in sight. It looks like this might delay Boruto's plans to help Team 10 and the others. If Kawaki is up and moving around now, he's likely to meet up with Team 10 as well. Boruto can't be around Kawaki with his karma activated, so that actually hurts the chances of everyone's survival. The only chance they have is if Kawaki gets put to sleep again, and then Boruto comes to fight Jura while Kawaki is immobilized. So in that aspect, you're kind of glad that Kawaki is as weak as he is, because that just means Boruto can just join in the fight earlier. So for the remaining of the chapter, it focuses on Team 10 and their fight with Jura. Of course, Team 10 can't hope to actually do any serious damage to Jura, or even slightly hurt him for that matter anyway. So they take Himawari, who's currently his target right now, and fly away to safety. Right here in this panel, we get to see a little sneak peek of just how powerful Jura actually is. He uses a Biju bomb and launches it from his Rinnegan. so they can use wood style and launch Biju bombs from their eyes like it's nothing. And that's not even considering the abilities they acquired from the people they absorbed. So yeah, they're pretty powerful to say the least. I hope they stick around for a long time because I really like these guys. They're really good villains, well written, and most importantly, they're interesting. Interesting for me at least. I know I can't speak for everybody, but I really like these villains. So after Chocho successfully diverts the blow of the Biju bomb to allow them to escape, we see Sarada and Sumire still rushing to the site to where Jura is at. And although Jura is the main center of focus right now, I expect Hidari to get a chance to get in some of the action when Sarada arrives. As a Sasuke clone, him seeing Sarada, who is his current target, should cause him to immediately attack her. Through this fight, we'll definitely learn a lot and uncover some theories I've seen on Hidari. You see, as much as I love Jura, I'm very interested to see how Hidari acts when he sees Sarada. I see some very interesting theories about Hidari on YouTube regarding his loyalty to the Shinju and whatnot, so I want to see if there's any truth to those theories. And I'm pretty sure we'll find out as soon as chapter 10. So I think that's something we should all be looking forward to. Sarada's confrontation with Hidari. That's going to tell us a lot about the future. So after Team 10 successfully escapes with Himawari, they talk about flying out of the village to lure Jura and Hidari out of Konoha. This is when Himawari finally meets the Nine Tails, and it looks like they're talking in the same mental place that Naruto used to talk with Kurama. It's widely theorized that this is a different Nine Tails than Kurama or something like that, which could be the case because this is the first time that the Nine Tails re-emerged. So we don't know if it's the same Nine Tails or not. But I'm gonna make a video on that and further elaborate on that topic when the time comes, because I know how controversial of a topic this has been ever since it's been revealed that Himawari is the new Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is a good move to give the Nine Tails to Himawari, or do you just hate the idea completely? I feel like for me, I would need a little bit more time to come to the conclusion. Although I'm leaning towards actually liking it, I can't lie, it was a shock when I first found out. Even though the Nine Tails was supposed to come back, and we all know, I don't think it's a bad idea at all. I just think that some people need to warm up to it. It was a very big surprise, I get that. So a lot of people are still in shock, you know, they're still in shock. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this chapter. Give it a rating 1 out of 10. I think this is one of the more better chapters. We've seen a lot from everybody. We've seen the Shinju, we've seen Himawari, we've seen Boruto and Kawaki duke it out a little bit. Even though we knew that Boruto was a lot stronger than literally everybody else, it's good to see Boruto fight again. And personally, when it comes to material to make theories, this chapter by far foreshadowed the story the most. What's in the future for Himawari? We discovered the truth about Boruto's karma, and I've been talking about that for a while. We also got hinted at a potential reunion for Orochimaru and more Kawaki beatdowns, as well as a possible route for Kawaki to take to get stronger in the future. So there was a lot we uncovered in this chapter, and there's a lot I gotta make videos on because I just can't get it off in this video. Nor do I want to try to cram everything in one video. So if I didn't elaborate enough on one topic that you wished I would have talked about more, odds are I'm gonna make a video on it. So please stay tuned for that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you don't miss another video like this. But until my next video, I'm gonna see y'all later, and I'm out. Peace.